bayan. Paano nga ba ito nagagawang lahat ng isang Catriona Gray? Kasi ano bang secret? Kasi talagang mapapasana all kami sa lahat ng kaya mong gawin.
Aww, I'm sweet, no? Well, thank you so much. But honestly, I'd never started off this way. It's been such a long journey for me. Even in terms of public speaking, halimbawa, I started, even when I was younger, being really nervous just for class assignments to speak in front of my class. And it's just, I think, really by exposing myself in little ways, I was able to build myself up to eventually, speak in front of thousands of people, like on the Miss Universe stage. And it's really just about one, believing in yourself. I know it's such a pageant, Patty. We've heard it all before, but it's true. If you don't believe in yourself, you'll never try. And the second is you just have to embrace failure, because I know, Karen, I'm sure you can relate. Everyone here watching, we've all failed in one way or another in our pursuit of something. And it's never for no reason. There's always been learnings that I've learned in my failures. And so it's really allowed me to just go after what I want with this new drive and passion for what I do. And the third is really just time management, guys. Time management now.
Pero kailangan talaga natin, sa daming pwedeng gawin at sa dami nating gustong gawin, we have to manage our time very well. Kasi isa lang naman tayo, di ba? Hindi naman 10 ang katawan natin.
The realities of other people as they navigated the pandemic. All of that gave me quite an anxious feeling and stress. So I had to really figure out, what does that look like for me, the routine to be stress that's achievable for me. And so for that is to talk to my family, to find music that really allows me to relax or to get into a good mood, and being with my dogs. It's really simple stuff, but it's stuff that I constantly can turn into. That's always there for me. It's very achievable for me. To be able to do that gets me into a good headspace. The second would be take the time to learn about yourself, meaning your skin, your body, your system, because not all of us are the same. We all have different skin types. We all have different things that we're more prone to, or maybe our health is affected differently by different things. So it was a really long journey for me to learn what works for my skin, and when I break out, what makes me more prone to break out, or what's my sleeping patterns, how can I give myself a better chance to have a good sleep at night. It's really just taking the time to understand your body and your skin, and just everything that has to do with you, because we're all different. So just putting in that time. And then the third is just making sure that you have the fuel or the needs of your body to be able to operate at its highest. So for me, that's getting a good sleep that allows me to keep mentally alert for the work that I do. I'm a master napper, so I'm able to really sleep wherever. And then second is getting in good food. Again, if home-cooked meals aren't really an option for you, supplements are a great way to just supplement your diet and make sure you're really getting all of your vitamins and needs for your body. And the third is movement. I personally suffer with scoliosis, and so that's something that I really turn to movement for in the form of Pilates or exercise. But I just find also it helps my energy levels. It helps my body as a whole. I feel like I'm more mentally alert. I'm able to do a better job at the things that I do, because when I condition my body, I feel like it's able to carry me through the long days or whatever it is I'm doing.
Wow, thank you so much for that wonderful answers. Okay, now I just have two questions for the youth title. First, Kat, we know that you're one of role models of the youth, especially nowadays, that is limited yung social interaction nila, and we're all in social media and online, and I know somehow that social media also affects their confidence when it comes to achieving unrealistic beauty standards. So can you please give a tip or reminders to our young people that they shouldn't feel less about themselves not achieving those unrealistic standards we are seeing online?
Yeah, I think it's very difficult because we're all caught in a comparison trap. Even the most successful people. I mean, I also find myself comparing myself subconsciously when I'm scrolling on social media because it's just so easy to, and that can really get you into a negative headspace or a feeling of lack because in reality, we're comparing our reality to someone's highlighted reel or someone's highlighted feed, where they've taken time to really present themselves in the best way. And then, of course, there's things like filters and good lighting, maybe even editing. So you just have to constantly remind yourself that you shouldn't compare what your everyday reality is to what you see online because it's not the most vulnerable moments. It's not the everyday moments that people usually put out there. And just give yourself grace. This has been quite a challenging period during the pandemic. A lot of people's education has been stalled, or there's been many difficulties that many of us have faced. So give yourself grace. If you're not where you thought you would be in 2 years when the pandemic started, that's fine. I think all of us feel the same way. Just try and do the best that you have. And that's all that you can ask yourself, really, because everyone has a unique timeline. Everyone has a unique journey. So just try as much as possible not to compare that with others, because everyone's journey, everyone's life looks unique, and that's kind of the point. So just make sure you're not comparing.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And then my last question, you also mentioned a while ago that you also take care of your mental health, and I think it's another important issue for the youth nowadays. So, can you share with us how you are taking good care of your mental health, especially now that we know you are going through a lot as well?
Yeah, it's something that I really had to educate myself on because I'm a type of person that I suppose I just learned it being an only child growing up that when I face an issue or if I'm going through something, my automatic response is to isolate and figure it out on my own. And unfortunately, that creates an environment where those issues are kind of left unaddressed or under my own capacity to deal with my own things. I don't know best, right? So sometimes I wouldn't go about them in the right way in resolving them or finding solutions for myself. So I really had to educate myself, and during this pandemic it was mostly through just online resources, learning about things like therapy and mental health, meditation. These aren't things that I do every day, but I just want to give myself a knowledge about them. But the main thing that I do is I talk to trusted loved ones about what I'm going through because this has been such an isolating time. And as someone who naturally isolates, to be in an isolating environment of being away from people during the pandemic, it kind of exacerbated everything for me. But I found that I had to kind of have a little bit of courage because I'm not someone who opens up easily either. So just to have the courage to go to friends and family that I really trust, and to be able to open up about issues and to receive wisdom, to receive encouragement has been so helpful for me, and it's made me feel like I'm not alone. And at the end of the day, when it comes to mental health, the feeling of not being alone, I think it's the most encouraging one, because it means you're not left alone going through your own battle or your own challenge, and it really is quite uplifting. So that's what's helped for me.
Thank you so much, Kat. Thank you. Congratulations. Shanley, I just have a question for the brand team. Thank you, Kat.
Thanks, Jessica. No, it wasn't a clear path. There was a lot of failures along the way. There was a lot of redirection along the way. And I would love to just reassure my younger self that don't worry, it's all going to end up great. Just embrace the process, embrace the journey.
Okay, thank you. Last question. Last na talaga. If there's a secret na meron si Catriona na hindi makikita sa Google, hindi masi-search, ano yung isi-share mo? Parang, ito yung secret ko na wala pang nakakaalam.
Oh.
Anything. I mean, something about yourself, something about anything. Yung hindi ko pa mag-google.
Parang lahat na Google.
Yun nga di ba? Parang lahat nandun na
Opo. Maybe na a lot of people even believe that now that I'm so madalda.
Oo nga. Shy ka nun? Ganon eh. Shy ka nun.
Yes po. Super, very quiet, always hiding behind my mom as in sobrang tahimik kong bata. So, yeah, I guess that's kind of a secret. Maybe people don't expect.
Okay, thank you, Miss Kat. And congratulations
Thank
once
you
again.
po.
Thank you then.
Thank you for your time po, Miss Larissa.
Okay.
Thanks, Larissa.
You're not worthy if you don't fit into this certain image or criteria, and I think that